Welcome to game number 5, I believe. Yes, number 5 of this best of 7 inter-team clan war. We have TAC Zenith, or TAC. That is actually the old clan that they were. It was Tactical Carnage, but they have recently switched to Sentinel Gaming, and now are actually SG. So I'm sure he's just waiting for that free name change that Blizzard has been taking their sweet time getting to us. Anyways, we have Zenith Yellow Zerg in this ZVZ on Antigua, spawning at the top left position. This is going to be cross spawns. I do believe we are playing on a forced cross spawn map. There is still gold though at the middle, so this is important to note. Most tournaments do not allow the gold as it's kind of biased, especially towards mules, but regardless, we don't have to worry about that because there is no Terran player. And in the bottom right we have Bobmu, who has already taken 2 games in a row for his team in this inter-team clan war. I'm interested to see what's going to happen in the ZVZ. We do see gas first opening from Zenith, and this usually signals some sort of aggressive play. We might see some early speedlings, maybe even a speedling, baneling all in the second that his natural hatchery pops. You usually can hit a pretty nice timing where speed kind of happens as you're running across the map. You can fortify up right here, morph some banelings, and just hit this natural very, very, very hard. We do see Bobmu going for spawning pool, then expand. And Zenith is actually choosing to not get this expansion, so seems a little late. It does look like he's going to definitely try and go for some sort of speedling pressure to make sure that this expansion's safe. Maybe even try to get Bobmu to cancel this. And with Bobmu's scouting overlord, he should be able to check the timing and know that this was definitely a gas pull opening, as it's extremely far behind his pool hatch gas opening. Zenith is going to see this and know, hey, okay, you did not go hatch first, which could have been the best situation for me, but you did in fact go pool then hatch, which is still great. He pulled workers at 100 gas, so he's not going to be getting a baneling nest. He's just going to be going for Zergling speed and putting on some pressure. Zerg vs Zerg, you typically want to get your queen, inject, and immediately start another queen, and then move that queen down to your natural. And that way you can kind of get them on the same cycle, and you don't have to worry about moving this queen later on. To see a patch of Zerglings coming from each of the players. And, we'll see who wins this 2-on-2 Ling battle. 2 more Lings coming out from Zenith, and he's going to definitely want to not show that he's already this far along, but Bobmu does know that something's probably up based off of the timings, and is going to go throw down a baneling nest before his speed. This is a great choice just to stay safe. You can get out a couple of Zerglings, make banelings up here, have the double queen wall off on the ramp, and as the banelings hatch, sort of fake that you're pulling away, and the banelings come crashing down right into the Zerglings. We do see speed is finished. He'll pick up on this as he has overlords placed very properly across the map, and another small swell of Zerglings. So we're going to see 12 in total. Nothing too crazy, but he's going to try and get up here, snipe a queen maybe. Not sure I like that as super aggressive play. He did need to kind of wait. And we see 2 banelings now, and he needs to hit before these banelings morph. Maybe even snipe a queen. That's going to be perfect, and that's huge. He's already going to be limiting the production. Oh, and one not very good baneling connect, only 2 Zerglings, and he gets a great baneling connect. Oh my gosh, that was almost every Zergling that Zenith had, and now it's going to be 6 on 10. That's never good. Plus he has banelings and a queen. Spinecrawler going up. He's just going to try and do some economic harass, kill some drones while he gets drones himself. And we see him producing some Zerglings as well, but Bobmu with a huge huge amount of workers. He's actually 5 ahead right now, and we do see he's actually producing 3 to 1. He still has the spine crawler for safety. His speed's now finished up, and he can actually counter push, and he might be able to do quite a significant amount of damage to Zenith because his spine crawler's not up. He has no banelings. He hasn't got into layer tech, just started mining gas as well. A little bit of a skirmish down here. He's going to try and snipe off this baneling. Great play. Even go for a counterattack maybe. Awesome control by Bob. Extremely impressive. As Kingdom pointing out, he does only have 1 queen, but he doesn't really have the money to be spending on a whole bunch of larvae at the moment. He only has 1 larva, but the second that this pops again, he's going to be spending all of this, and especially if he goes into layer and probably roaches, although he's getting 4 gas, which makes me think he's going to go into Spire and try and press his advantage and just kill his opponent direct. Supply's fairly even so far. Bob making up a little bit of a bank. I'd like to see him make some overlords, free up some supply for when he decides his tech path, and it is going to be Spire. This is going to be huge as, well, we do not see any Evo Chamber. The layer's not even done. So he cannot get out Mutalisks himself. He can't get any anti-air with Spore Crawlers. And it does look like he's going to try and go into Mutas, as he's also taking 4 gas, but he's going to be so much more delayed. He just has less of everything. 44 to 29 drones. He has less larva. He has less... Well, he does have more units out on the map, but other than that, Bamu is being quite heavily favored, and with these 2 banelings and... Oh my gosh. And he's going to go for a huge baneling attack here on the 3rd, and they sees that there is no 3rd, and that's quite a lot of minerals and gas wasted. Now he's going to have to try and push up here, but Babamu should be able to hold fairly easily. He does have a nice wall off, and we do see more Zerglings being produced along with a spine crawler. And he does see these banelings. Pretty good detonation. Could have been better. And trading baneling for banelings there. And, oh, that's so bad for Zenith, as he pretty much just threw away his entire army. And with that many drones, it's actually really nice. You can just click on the gas, and then when he goes to attack, actually mineral walk back and completely get a surround on all of these Zerglings. We do see 8 mutas coming out before the Spire's even going to finish, and this could just punish Zenith's early aggressive playstyle. I'm wondering if he's going to skip these Overlords or just instantly go for counterattack, as there's only 2 queens, no Spore Crawlers, not even an Evo Chamber up yet. Oh, and this could be terrible. He is also getting a Roach Warren, and there's only going to be 6 mutas, 7 mutas, okay, 8 mutas, so they are going to be equal on mutas. But now he's going to start getting supply blocked, if he can just kill off a couple more Overlords, and it's going to turn into Muta Wars here. And for those of you that do not know, +1 Carapace is actually the preferred method when Muta vs Muta, as it does reduce the damage of all 3 Glaive Worms that the mutas shoot out by 1, whereas attack only increases the damage by 1 on the first, 0.33 on the second, and 0.11 on the third. And that's actually a huge difference, because that means that you're basically negating almost 200% more damage than your opponent is actually gaining. Love this with mutas. You can actually just kind of snipe Overlords and really limit the vision that your opponent has. Some Muta v Muta battles. Babamu getting a little careless. He's already lost 2, and Zenith's, well, they have quite a lot more health. We do see his 3rd coming up quite a bit faster, and they are getting +1 Carapace, like I had mentioned. Bob, again, could be just a little bit crisper on his injects. I feel like if Bob gets his injects down, he could really take his game to the next level. He's an extremely good player. He just has those, you know, those minuscule differences make all the difference. sniping the queen. That's going to limit the production, and he's also going to kill quite a few workers, evening that up from the earlier engagements. We do see quite a few mutas still in production. It's going to be 11 on 14 in favor of Bob. And actually, Bob is going to get a ton of mutas up. +1's also going to finish just before, about 5 seconds, so he's not going to have that large of a window, but hey, it's a window, and when it's there, if you can hit it, man, is it strong. Like this spore in the main, just to kind of detour any sort of counter pressure, similar to what he was doing in the main. Overlord farm. Oh, that is so nice when you catch Overlords being misrallied with a whole bunch of mutas. You just know you're supply blocking your opponent so poorly. +1 attack actually coming out from Bob now, and I do believe that this is the correct choice, because +2 Carapace doesn't stack quite as well, considering when you get the +1, it sort of negates their Carapace, so then you have a slight advantage as your Carapace is, well, much stronger. Another thing that people like to do is try to keep these Lings underneath their mutas, that way they can take some of the Glaive Worm damage, and it does look like he's going to be able to trade fairly cost effectively with all these mutas here. Oh my gosh. And Zenith is actually going for +2 Carapace, not the best idea, and with that many mutas surviving, Bob should be able to pretty much just push in here and almost cause a GG, but no, he's going to pull back. He likes the position that he's in. He's going to just try and drone up, take away these Zerglings who are really doing a lot of damage to his third. But, oh, and it does look like his third's going to fall, and that is huge. He's just continually rallying Zerglings. And Bob doesn't really have a ground army to fight against this, and if the Zerglings just keep going... Do see a little chat from the observers. As I had mentioned before, this is a friendly team war. Tons of Zerglings coming out though. Baneman's also being produced, and nice choke point allowing the Spinecaller to do